been on NFL social media lately, you should probably know who Bill is. No, I'm not talking about Bill Belichick, who's been on NFL social media for a different reason. No. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if you didn't know who Bill was, as that's not his actual real name. Ja'Cory Croskey-Merritt. Ring a bell? A seventh round pick to the Commanders is creating a lot of buzz after the recent Brian Robinson trade. But why though? It seems like his name is coming completely out of thin air after the Commanders stated they were shopping Brian Robinson. The instant buzz was that the Commanders are making room for Ja'Cory Croskey-Merritt to become the starter, become Rookie of the Year, help the Commanders win the Super Bowl, and eventually become the face of the league. A lot of that may have been a reach on my part, but that's what the hype has kind of looked like to a lot of people. I want to know, is the hype truly worth it? Or is Ja'Cory Croskey-Merritt just smoke and mirrors for what's really to come for the Commanders' running game? Ja'Cory Croskey-Merritt, or Bill, was a seventh-round pick to the Commanders and had only played in just one game. His sixth season in college. That's a lot of seasons, right? You're not really supposed to play 6 seasons. Going into the draft, he was projected fifth, according to the Commanders on his draft card, and ended up slipping due to availability reasons. In the one game he played, the sixth season, he had put up 13 attempts, 106 yards, and a touchdown to beat on UNM, his former team. In this game, he had an efficient 8.2 yards per carry and had been a big part of the limited rush game, as the passing game was kind of the deciding factor for Arizona, as Ted McMillan had 300 yards. After this game, though, Bill was not able to play for the rest of the season due to eligibility reasons, being stated that Bill did not redshirt his freshman season at Alabama State and was not eligible to play in his sixth season. Before this season, though, Bill had a huge breakout season. 189 attempts, 1,190 yards, 17 touchdowns, 6.3 yards per carry to total it all. This would have put him at 23rd in yards, 38 in attempts, 5th in touchdowns, and 25th in yards per carry with a minimum of 80 carries. And this came in the 2023 season. I would assume the Commanders were not drafting Bill with this season in mind because it was kind of just alright compared to every other season that year. Everybody else was having breakout seasons besides Bill, who just had a really good season. He was efficient, had a lot of touchdowns, 5th in touchdowns actually, but just not getting it done the way you'd want someone who's getting this much hype. With a little bit of research, you can find out this actually isn't why the Commanders drafted him. They drafted him for a completely different reason, which I will touch on right now. When going onto Bill's draft article after the Commanders drafted him, it really tells the full story in like one sentence. According to Lance Zierlein of NFL, he had stated, eligibility issues sidelined Croskey-Merritt for all but one game in 2024, but his skills were on full display at the East-West Shrine Bowl in January. End quote. And this was on the Croskey-Merritt draft page. Easily accessible. And I saw this, and I kind of went stale-faced because I don't know what the East-West Shrine Bowl is. Call me a casual all you want. I didn't know what that was. But going back onto Lance's quote, he said his skills were on full display. These skills, according to his draft page, were reading defenses to the second level and quickly processing and responding, outstanding stop, cut, and accelerate mechanics to elude in tight spaces, running with block anticipation and a feel for cutting off the blocker's hip, able to snap off one-cut runs at crisp angles, delivers force into contact without losing base balance, highly competitive finishes, squeeze every yard for the run. And with this last one, I kind of want to summarize it to getting yards when you're not supposed to. And I don't know if that's me just reading into it too much, but it reads to me that he's really able to find yards when most running backs couldn't get that extra yard. He really wants to grab one more yard no matter what it costs. So, to prove everything that I just heard, I went and watched the highlights from the East-West game to see what the Commanders were watching. Now, these highlights were very scarce. I couldn't find any. I found 3 clips from Twitter, and I will use 2 of them and break them down on what I think Bill is seeing. And you can call me casual all you want. You can say whatever you want. I will break it down to the best of my ability. Looking at this play, you're going to want to notice the 4 high right here. Now, I'm not the best at reading NFL defenses, I'll say that. I mean, I'm currently sitting in my couch breaking down this film. But if you're looking, as Bill would, you see 4 high, weird offsetting safety. So you're thinking these 2 safeties are dropping back. Could be a zone concept, could be a man. These 2 are going to drop in. Whatever. You have a great protection plan. You see 3 inner. Actually, you see 2 inner. 1 outside, maybe blitzer. 1 outside, edge rusher. In this play, you're going to see why the Commanders really, really wanted to draft him. So we'll play it for a quick second. Sorry. See, he gets it. Gets the gap. Very good protection. This guy's going on the inner because he fakes the handoff inside. Bill breaks to the outside. Great protection plan. Immediately, you see the protection plan. You see it. I think that's 75. 75's whole goal. Move him right. Get Bill going. You see his vision here. Moves on, and now you got 2 people to worry about. If this safety drops and finds himself in this zone, Bill's not getting that first down. And then if he gets past this blocker, which it looks like he will, he's not getting a very big gain here. And they need a big gain. 2nd and 10. Very well designed play. Got all the one-on-ones you need. You just need to beat these 2. Bill will break pass. He does get the block. 1-on-1. And there is a safety that ends up coming. So he's got the 1-on-1. You see the speed. He's keeping up with him. It's pretty close. It's not a true 1-on-1. One thing the Commanders really liked about him was his ability to gain yards when he shouldn't. I don't know if that's explaining it very well, but it was the ability to gain yards when he shouldn't. And so, see, he's going to keep going. It right here, he's going to be down maybe the 28, 27. Somehow, he's able to dive forward extra yards. The ability to gain yards when you shouldn't is a big positive on Bill's draft board. So let's move to the next play, shall we? Sorry, way too quick. You just saw. Okay, well. We have a sweep. This is the area that you want to do a sweep. You don't want to do it too close. You don't want to do it too far. You're close enough where it's a consistent 5 yards. You got a 1 high safety, 3 in the box. If these guys crash, Bill's going to be able to take it to the outside. Easy touchdown. All he needs is the receivers to get their blocks, which I forget who is in the boundary. I didn't look at this. I didn't look at the rosters. Oh my gosh, I didn't look at the rosters for this game, but it's gonna be a toss play. Now, I don't remember if he goes into motion. If he gets into motion, it's helpful for him. But again, his ability to gain yards when he shouldn't. Get snap, high snap, toss play. So now it's 1-on-1. 1-on-1 with a linebacker staring at him. And if this play develops right, this safety is going to be flattened. But he's 1-on-1 with this linebacker, nobody to block him, a D tackle following him. The ability to gain yards when you shouldn't. Stutter step freezes the linebacker. Because for a linebacker, you don't know where he's going. Stutter step, loses him, gets the space that he needs. Looking at this play, where do you think he's going to end up? Is he going to end up on the 1? He's going to end up out of bounds on like the 2. He's going to lose yards. Looking at this with 3 defenders following, maybe 1 blocker to take out that nose tackle. both of his receivers, and they did their job. Took out the cornerbacks. Where's he going to end up here? If I told you he got a touchdown on this play, would you believe me? Now, granted, is this linebacker incredible? I have no clue. I don't know who this is. But the simple act of this stutter step freezes the linebacker. You can see he's falling. These two cornerbacks, or these two defenders, I don't even know what they're doing. But he freezes them, so they think this linebacker's got it, and they don't want to go for a late hit or anything. You see, linebacker wraps him up, gets his hips, he plants himself. This linebacker's in the air. He's getting dragged. He's getting absolutely dragged. And now, all Bill has to do is just pull him in, which he does. He didn't get a good hold on him. He's at the one and falling. He's at the one and falling, so all he has to do is pinpoint the pylon, touchdown. Easy. It's easy as that for him. There's nothing else he really needed to do there. That was the perfect play. The ability to gain yards when he shouldn't is the reason why he was drafted. Okay, now keeping the preseason highlights short so NFL doesn't sue the fuck out of me. We're going to look here. The Bengals defense isn't the best team to use, but this is a great play to use. 2 inner linemen, 2 outside linemen, 1 high. You're looking maybe a man. You're pretty marked up. You got outside linebackers, 2 inside linebackers, could be blitzers. And you're pretty manned up here. Now, you also have a lot of blockers. You have a lot of downfield blockers. Another thing the Commanders really liked about Bill is his backfield vision and his ability to stun the defenders. I think that's what they said, as we saw in one of his East-West highlights. I'm going to let this go quick. This is the best angle to get for this. All you have to do is watch his vision. And now this is a top-down. This isn't exactly what he's seeing, but you can see maybe you got a gap here if you get block here, downfield blocker, break past him. It could be an inside, could be a reverse, it could be anything. So you let it play out. It's an inside. He gets a gap. Now, you go here or you go here. This way is like certain death because you could get taken out by here. This is what an inexperienced running back would do. This may be what a rookie would do. Maybe a rookie would also go this way because you can kind of see it forward. You got the blocker, or you got the blitzer in here. There's a lot of different ways this could go. And I'm not saying he should go this way. I'm just saying there is running backs who maybe would take this outside because there's nothing. There's nothing this way, and you would risk getting tackled. Obviously, the blocker's moving back, so watch how Bill develops this. Little stutter step. Keeps running wide open. Gets the safety. Stiff arms. Touchdown.
Now, I mean, going into this, I had not much hope in Bill. I will say that outright. I had not much hope. Because I just thought the hype was coming out of, oh, he's on the Commanders, they're probably going to use him, Eckler's old, he has to get reps. But I mean, watching the film a little bit more, you kind of see what the Commanders like out of him. Now, obviously, there's Chris Rodriguez who's in the equation. How does he fare? You know, I mean, again, the Bengals defense wasn't much. He had 2 other games with maybe like 3.6 yards per carry, which is pretty good for a rookie. He was like, let's say like 18 carries, 70 yards total. Again, like, I kind of see the vision. I really do. Croskey-Merritt, while he didn't play in that 6th season, and, you know, you shouldn't really be playing 6 seasons in college football. You're a 24-year-old coming into your rookie season as a running back. It's a little old. But I kind of understand. And looking at Brian Robinson's case, he never was the flashiest of running backs. And if you look at a player like Bill, you kind of see that he has the same, I guess, potential as a current Brian Robinson. I don't think Brian Robinson's getting much better again, that could just be a complete airball in my case, but you don't think that Brian Robinson is going to develop anymore. What, he's 26. He's had 3 seasons, and he's been a very good running back, very physical. But not only do they have Eckler, who's a good receiving back, you now have Bill, who seems to have a good head under his shoulders. We're not getting like a Najee Harris situation where he just can't see the backfield. We have a competent running back coming onto the team with a young QB. They just re-signed Scary Terry for $96 million, 3 seasons. You have your team, and you might as well take the best shots, because when Brian Robinson wants money, he's gonna get some money. So you might as well just get rid of him now. And as you can see, who wanted him? Not the Commanders. The Commanders didn't want him, I can tell you that. The 49ers traded for him. The backup CMC, even though they have Isaac Guerrero, who is a pretty good replacement. And you start to look at everything, all the stats, everything that I've kind of brought up in this video, and you start to see maybe the hype is real. Maybe some of the top, maybe some of the biggest Glazers, maybe they're kind of in their own head. But I do think there is something to be said about him. Draft him in the 12, draft him at the 11, in the 11th round. Why not? Why not take a shot? I mean, Eckler's old. He's not gonna be a third down back. He's not gonna be a second down back. He's not gonna be an all down back. Maybe he'll come in the third down for receiving. Maybe he'll, you never know. You never know what this package is gonna be. And I think we might need to watch out for Bill this season, because if we've learned anything from Bucky Irving last season, is that running backs can come out of thin air. And if they're good, they will make themselves be known. So, all in all, make sure to watch out for Bill. Not Bill Belichick, obviously, but make sure to watch out for Bill.